Imagine leaving dirty dishes on the table after eating. A simple mistake, right? Something we've all done. Maybe your mom gets upset. Maybe you get grounded. But what if that small mistake cost you everything? Your ability to walk, your ability to breathe on your own, your entire future. This is exactly what happened to Akil Searcy, a 27-year-old music producer from Albany, Georgia. On June 21st, Akil left some plates on the table after eating. Hours later, he was lying on the floor with a bullet in his throat, fighting for his life. The shooter? His father's boyfriend? But here's where things get complicated. Akil's mother, Sharita, doesn't believe the boyfriend acted alone. She thinks her ex-husband, Akil's own father, planned the whole thing. She believes the boyfriend is taking the blame out of love, protecting the man who may have wanted his own son dead. Ring camera footage shows the boyfriend holding a gun, but it doesn't show who pulled the trigger. The police report is confusing, with stories changing multiple times, and Akil, barely conscious in the hospital, gave answers that his mother says were forced. One person is in jail, but is he the only one responsible? Welcome to our channel. Right now there are thousands of young people like Akil who are living in homes where tension is building, completely unaware that a simple argument could change their lives forever. If you want to help spread awareness about family violence and the warning signs that could save innocent lives, then please like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel. Your action now could help protect another person who might be in danger. Akil Searcy grew up in Albany, Georgia, with his mother Sharita Carthon, his father DeSearcy, and his younger sister Alaya. By all accounts, Akil was a bright young man with big dreams. He attended Albany State University and worked at Preem and Piggly Wiggly to support himself. But his real passion was music production. Friends and family say he had real talent and a promising future ahead of him. Akil was especially close to his mother. He would send her video messages almost every day just to check in and let her know he was thinking about her. In one of those videos, recorded before the shooting, Akil said, "Good morning, Mom. I know we talked yesterday, but I just wanted to tell you good morning. I know you would like to see me every day, so I'm making these little videos for you. Good morning, and I love you." Those videos showed the kind of person Akil was: thoughtful, loving, and family-oriented. But Akil's family life wasn't always easy. His father, DeSearcy, raised Akil and Alia as a single parent for 13 years after separating from Sharita. Day was known for being strict. He believed in tough love and discipline. One incident that made local news involved Day making his teenage daughter walk to school in the rain after she missed the bus because of excessive phone use. People called the police on him, but Day defended his actions. He told reporters, "I love my children. I promise I do. But what I'm not going to do is raise a child that society says is not a productive component to society, and then that makes it look bad on me." Despite his strict methods, Akil and Alaya stayed close to their father. They loved him and respected him, even when his rules felt harsh. Then, things changed. After the separation, Day began a relationship with another man. This was a big shift for the family. Sharita was no longer living in the home, and Day's new boyfriend moved in. Akil and Alaya tried their best to accept the new situation. They didn't judge their father for his choices. They wanted to keep the family together. But the new living arrangement brought tension. The boyfriend was now a constant presence in the house, and over time, small disagreements started to build. No one could have predicted how bad things would get. After Sharita left, the household changed completely. Dee's boyfriend became a permanent fixture in the home. Akil and Alaya were now living with their father and his new partner full-time. It was an adjustment, but the siblings did their best to make it work. They didn't want to lose their relationship with their dad, so they accepted the new reality. But acceptance didn't mean things were easy. Day had always been a strict father, and that didn't change. He had strong beliefs about discipline and responsibility. He wanted his children to be successful, and he wasn't afraid to push them hard to get there. The incident with Alaya walking to school in the rain was just one example of how far he was willing to go. That day, Alaya had stayed up late on her phone and missed the school bus. Day decided she needed to learn a lesson. He made her walk several miles to Westover High School while he followed behind in his car. It was raining. People who saw what was happening called the police. Officers stopped Dee at a church and made him drive Alaya the rest of the way. When reporters asked him about it, Day didn't apologize. He said, "This is my child, and I'm going to break some stuff up out of her. I have been telling her for days and weeks and months, you're 17 now. Life is going to bite you if we don't fix this now." He added that Alaya had a 3.5 GPA, and he planned to keep it that way. He believed that if she couldn't follow rules at home, she would struggle to follow the law as an adult. Dee's philosophy was clear: discipline first, no excuses. But living under that kind of pressure wasn't easy for Akil or Alia. And with the boyfriend now in the house, the tension grew. There were arguments. Small things became big deals. Akil, who was 27 and trying to build his music career, sometimes clashed with the boyfriend over household rules. One of those rules was keeping the house clean. According to Sharita, the boyfriend was especially strict about cleanliness. He expected Akil to clean up immediately after eating. If dishes were left out, it became a problem, a big problem. And on June 21st, that problem turned deadly. June 21st started like any other day. Akil was at home, going about his usual routine. At some point, he ate a meal and left the dishes on the table. He planned to go out to Burger King, grab some food, and come back to clean up. It seemed like a small thing, something that could wait. But it didn't wait. According to Sharita, the boyfriend saw the dirty dishes and became angry. He confronted Akil about not cleaning up immediately. The argument escalated quickly. Words were exchanged. Voices were raised. And then, things turned violent. What happened next is where the story gets murky. Ring camera footage from inside the home shows the boyfriend holding a gun. He's seen walking toward the room where Akil was. Day, Akil's father, was also in the house at the time. According to Sharita, Day was standing in front of Akil, and the boyfriend was behind him. But here's the problem. The footage doesn't show who actually pulled the trigger. A gunshot rang out. Akil collapsed to the floor with a bullet in his throat. The damage was immediate and catastrophic. The bullet tore through his aortic valve, shattered his spine, and left fragments lodged in his back. He was bleeding and struggling to breathe. After the shot was fired, the boyfriend ran out of the house. Sharita believes he did this to establish an alibi, to make it look like he wasn't the one who shot Akil. Meanwhile, Day stayed behind and waited for the police to arrive. When officers showed up, Day presented himself as a concerned father. He even handed over the ring camera footage to investigators, pointing out that the boyfriend was holding the gun. Sharita finds this deeply suspicious. She asks, why would he be so quick to give the police that footage? It's like he wanted to make sure the boyfriend took the blame. Akil was rushed to Atlanta Memorial Hospital in critical condition. Doctors told the family he would be paralyzed from the neck down. They said he would only be able to speak through a voice box. His future, his dreams, his independence. All of it was gone in an instant. Later, from his hospital bed, Akil recorded a message. His voice was weak, but his words were clear. He said,
"Y'all shot me over the fact that I left over some food, and I was just going out to Burger King to get myself something to eat and come back home. That's insane. I can't believe it.
Y'all really took away my whole life, and this is fair to me because of some food that I left out? Like, that's insane, bro. That's insane as hell." His pain and disbelief were heartbreaking. So, what do you think really happened in that house? Was this a tragic accident? Or was there something more going on? Was the boyfriend acting alone, or was Dee involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. When police arrived at the scene, they began questioning everyone in the house. But the story they heard kept changing. At first, there were reports that Akil had shot himself. This version didn't last long. Then the story shifted. The boyfriend was the shooter. He was the one holding the gun in the Ring camera footage, so it seemed like an open and shut case. But Sharita didn't buy it. She believes Dee planned the entire thing and that the boyfriend is taking the fall out of loyalty. According to Sharita, the boyfriend told police, "Look, I didn't do this, but I would do anything for him because I love him. That is my man. I love him, and he's ruined my life twice. So it is what it is. That's my boo. We're evil twins together." In other words, the boyfriend was willing to go to jail to protect Dee. Sharita describes it as a ride-or-die situation. Except, as she puts it, you're dying, and he's riding. The Ring camera footage became a key piece of evidence. It clearly shows the boyfriend holding a gun and walking toward the room where Akil was. But it doesn't show the actual moment the gun was fired. There's no clear view of who pulled the trigger. Sharita finds it suspicious that Day was so quick to hand over the footage to police. She says, "He made sure the cops saw the boyfriend with the gun. Don't you find that suspicious? He wanted to make sure everyone believed the boyfriend did it." After the shooting, Day went to the hospital where Akil was being treated. Detectives followed him there to question Akil. Sharita describes Day as a master manipulator, someone who can intimidate people just by looking at them. She says, "What you need to know about this man is he can stare you down and put the fear of God on you in a way that's uncanny." When detectives asked Akil, "Did your father shoot you?" Akil, barely conscious and with Dee standing right there, said, "No, no, 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 no." Then they asked, "Did the boyfriend shoot you?" Akil looked at Day again and said, Yeah. Sharita believes her son was too scared to tell the truth. She thinks Dee's presence in that hospital room influenced what Akil said. The police report only added to the confusion. According to Sharita, the report is inconsistent. At different points, it suggests Akil shot himself, then that the boyfriend shot him, and then that no one knows where the shot came from. She says, it just magically appeared, like Lucky Charms. Sharita is convinced that Day has a history of evading law enforcement. She claims this isn't the first time he's manipulated the system. She says, he prides himself on evading police. He knows how to talk his way out of anything. It should be studied. Despite her efforts to get justice for her son, Sharita feels the system has failed them. She posted the full police report online, hoping the public would see the inconsistencies. She's frustrated, heartbroken, and exhausted. But she refuses to give up. After the shooting, Akil was rushed to Atlanta Memorial Hospital in critical condition. The bullet had caused devastating damage. His aortic valve was damaged, his spine was shattered, and fragments were lodged in his back. Doctors told the family that Akil would be paralyzed from the neck down for the rest of his life. He would need a voice box to speak and would require round-the-clock care. The road ahead was long and painful. Akil spent months in the intensive care unit. He battled pneumonia multiple times. His temperature would spike to dangerous levels, and nurses had to pack ice bags around him to bring it down. There were moments when his heart stopped, code blue events that sent the medical team rushing to save his life. Each time, Akil fought his way back. Sharita posted regular updates for friends and family who were following Akil's progress. In one video, she said, Akil is still in the ICU. He is fighting so hard. He does still have pneumonia, and his temperature is still spiking. Right now, his temperature is about 101. We're trying to get that down so he can feel a little bit better. He's going between the chair and the bed now, so we have an opportunity for him to move a little bit more. He does not like the collar on his neck, but we can't help it. That collar keeps him from hurting himself. Despite the grim prognosis, Akil showed incredible strength. He eventually regained the ability to speak without the voice box. And in a moment that brought tears to his family, he ate his first solid meal, a burger, after months of being on a liquid diet. Doctors had said he would never be able to eat solid food again, but Akil proved them wrong. In a video after eating the burger, Akil said,
"Oh,
it's worth it.
It was worth it.
It is.
It was worth every weird pain, every doctor visit."
That mayo, yeah, boy, we did it. A lot more to go, but that was worth it. For real, that was good. But the medical victories came at a steep cost. The hospital bills quickly piled up. Sharita was told she would be responsible for 20% of the total medical expenses, which exceeded $750,000. On top of that, she had to cover housing, food, and travel costs while staying in Atlanta to be by Akil's side. Her husband was back in Ohio, and she had to leave him to care for their son. The financial and emotional burden was crushing. Sharita created a GoFundMe campaign to help cover the costs. The breakdown was as follows: 20% for Sharita and Alea's expenses, 50% for housing Akil after his 6-week rehab, 20% for medical copays and unforeseen expenses, and 10% for other needs after rehab. The response from the community was overwhelming. People donated, shared the campaign, and sent messages of support. Sharita was deeply grateful, but she was also exhausted. In one emotional live video, she said, I'm very tired, and I'm drained. I'm exhausted. I'm heartbroken. But I just want to say thank you. There's no way we could have made it this far without you guys. Through it all, Sharita's faith remained strong. She leaned on God and the prayers of others to get through each day. According to Sharita, one person has been arrested in connection with the shooting, the boyfriend. He was charged and is facing legal consequences for what happened to Akil. But Sharita believes that's not enough. She's convinced that Day should also be arrested and held accountable. In her view, Day either pulled the trigger himself or planned the shooting and let the boyfriend take the blame. She calls Day complicit at the very least. She says, "My ex is the one who planned to have my son shot and left for dead. The boyfriend is taking the blame out of love." But proving that in court is another matter. The legal process has been frustrating for Sharita. The evidence is confusing. The Ring camera footage shows the boyfriend with a gun, but it doesn't show who fired the shot. The police report is full of inconsistencies. And Akil's testimony, given while he was barely conscious and with Dee standing over him, raises questions about whether he was able to speak freely. Sharita believes Day has a long history of manipulating the legal system. She claims he's evaded consequences multiple times before. She says, he prides himself on evading law enforcement and tricking judges and public defenders. He's like a slippery worm. It should be studied. She's frustrated that the system seems to be letting him get away with it again. Despite the challenges, Sharita has refused to stay silent. She's taken her fight for justice to social media, posting videos, sharing the police report, and speaking out about what she believes really happened. She's asked the public to look at the evidence and draw their own conclusions. In one video, she said, "This right here is my ex. He's the one who planned the plot to have my son shot and left for dead." If you haven't seen the series, go back and watch the videos. I posted the full police report so you can break it down. The internet aunties and uncles are going to have a field day with that one. Sharita's emotional appeals have resonated with many people. Supporters have rallied around her, offering prayers, donations, and words of encouragement. But the legal battle is far from over. For now, the boyfriend remains in custody. Day has not been charged, and Sharita continues to fight for the justice she believes her son deserves. Akil's story is a tragedy that never should have happened. A young man with a bright future lost everything over something as small as dirty dishes. But this case teaches us important lessons about family conflict, violence, and how we can prevent similar tragedies. First, family conflicts need to be addressed early. When tensions start to build in a household, it's easy to ignore them or hope they'll go away on their own. But small problems can grow into big ones. If family members are constantly arguing, if there's anger that doesn't go away, or if someone feels unsafe, it's time to get help. Family therapy, mediation, or even just talking to a trusted friend can make a difference before things get out of control. Second, we need to pay attention to warning signs. In Akil's case, there were signs of tension in the home, arguments over small things, strict rules that caused stress, a household where emotions were running high. When you see these signs in your own family or in someone else's, don't ignore them. Reach out. Ask if everything is okay. Offer support. Sometimes just knowing someone cares can change everything. Third, gun safety is critical. When there are guns in a home where people are angry or upset, the risk of violence goes up dramatically. Guns should be stored safely, away from people who might use them in a moment of anger. In situations where there's ongoing conflict, it may be best to remove guns from the home entirely. One moment of rage can lead to a lifetime of regret. Fourth, community support matters. Akil's family has been helped by donations, prayers, and messages of encouragement from people all over the country. When families are in crisis, they need support, not judgment. If you know someone going through a hard time, offer to help. Share their story, donate if you can. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can make the biggest difference. Finally, we need to demand accountability from the legal system. When someone is hurt or killed, the people responsible must be held accountable. Justice isn't just about punishment, it's about making sure victims and their families are heard and supported. If you or someone you know is experiencing family conflict or domestic violence, please seek help. Early intervention can save lives. There are resources available, and you don't have to go through it alone. Despite everything he's been through, Akil has shown incredible strength. He's survived multiple Code Blue events, battled pneumonia, and defied the doctors who said he would never speak or eat solid food again. In a video message to his supporters, Akil said,
What's up, y'all? This is Boy Akil. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm talking. I feel great.
And I just want y'all to know that when you keep God first, everything is going to work out. I love y'all. Peace. His faith and determination have inspired thousands of people. Sharita, too, has remained strong through unimaginable pain. In one of her emotional live videos, she said, "I'm heartbroken, I'm exhausted, but my faith in God is even stronger. I believe God is going to get the glory out of my tears. He's going to make me stronger so I can be a great mom for my babies. You are going to see something amazing come out of this." She's grateful for the support her family has received and continues to fight for justice for her son. Akil's story is a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of love, faith, and community. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring attention to cases like Akil's and advocate for justice. What lessons do you take from this tragedy? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.